And the kid said to me, say, what's that bird? What's the name of it? Do you know the name of that bird? I says, I haven't the slightest idea. He said, well, it's a brown-throated thrush. He says, your father doesn't teach you anything. But my father had already taught me about the names of birds. Once we walked and he says, that's a brown-throated thrush. He says, know what the name of that bird is? A brown-throated thrush. In German, it's called a Flügelflögel. In Chinese, it's called a Qinglongtong. In Japanese, a Tohlatahara, and so on. And when you know all the names in every language of that bird, you know nothing, but absolutely nothing about the bird. And then we would go on and talk about the pecking and the feathers. So I had learned already that names don't constitute knowledge. It's knowing the name of something. That's caused me a certain trouble since, because I refuse to learn the name of anything. So.
Passing through the corridor, I came upon an aging knight who leaned against the wall in gnarly armor. He was on his way to see the king. Wilson, Wilson, Wilson. He led me through the streets of Prussia talking as he tried to crush a mug that scurried underneath his boot. He said there was a place where we should go. So he led me through the forest to the edge of a lagoon, by which we wandered till we reached a bubbly spring. The night grew very quiet as we stood there. He lifted up his visor and he turned to me and he began to sing. He said, I come from the land of darkness. He said, I come from the land of doom. He said, I come from the land of gay men, from the land of the big baboon. But I never am going back there, and I couldn't if I tried. Cause I come from the land of lizards, and the lizards they have died, and the lizards they have died, and the lizards they have died, and the lizards they have. Told me that the lizards were a race of people practically extinct from doing things smart people don't do. He said he was once a lizard too. His name was Rutherford the Brave, and he was on a quest to save his people from the fate that lay before them. Their clumsy end was perilously near. The lizards would be saved, he said, but they could be enlightened by the writings of the helping friendly book. In all of Prussia, only one existed, and Wilson had declared that any person who possessed it was a crook. He said, I come from the land of darkness. He said, I come from the land of doom. He said, I come from the land of game edge, from the land of the big baboon. But I never am going back there, and I couldn't if I tried, cause I come from the land of lizards. They have died, and the lizards they have died, and the lizards they have died, and the lizards they have. The helping friendly book, it seemed, possessed the ancient secrets of eternal joy and never-ending splendor. The trick was to surrender to the flow. We walked along beneath the moon. He led us through the bush till soon we saw before our eyes a raging river. He said we can swim it if we try. And saying this, the night dove in, forgetting that his suit of arms would surely weigh him down, and so he sunk. And as his body disappeared before me, I bowed my head in silence and remembered all the thoughts that he had thought. He said, I come from the land of darkness. He said, I come from the land of doom. He said, I come from the land of gaming, from the land of the big baboon. But I never am going back there, and I couldn't if I tried, cause I come from the land of lizards, and the lizards they have
I probably said that word wrong too, hyphae. Like, you know, surface area down, all around, everywhere, up. But so that's what it does at the bottom there, and then it goes up into these leaves, all the leaves everywhere. You know, transpiration happens, and that's gonna freak me out. So I'm not gonna start talking about that. Apical meristems make spirals like that ruler that I should. That's not symmetrical at all, but just pretend that it is. And so the invisible properties of nature go into the bird, and the bird shows all the properties of nature out in a visible way through their motion and their wings and their patterns and their everything. And birds are so confusing that I've lost my mind. So that's really what this project has ended up. And I would just feel sad to start talking about the pathetic results if I couldn't talk about the apical meristems and the surface area and the birds and the prisms and the light and the trees and the leaves and the stoma and the opening and closing of the stoma and how the light waves go into there, and there's a flippy bird in the air, and it's gonna rhyme now, so then I can make a song. Well, that's not a flippy bird, that's a gliding bird. See, he's got a different thing. I wish I had better vocabulary. Anyways, there's a bird.